You wake up to 47 notifications. Your boss needs that report yesterday. Your relationship is crumbling. The news is screaming about another crisis. Your bank account is screaming louder. And somewhere in all that noise, you feel yourself breaking. But what if I told you that 800 years ago, samurai warriors facing actual death developed a mental technology so powerful that it could make you literally untouchable? Not physically, but in the way that matters most. This is Fudoshin, the immovable mind. And in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to build one. Let's start with the uncomfortable truth. Modern life is engineered to destabilize you. Every app on your phone is designed by teams of PhDs whose sole job is to hack your attention. Every news cycle is optimized for outrage. Every social media platform profits from your anxiety. You're not weak for feeling overwhelmed. You're a human being in a system designed to keep you perpetually off balance. The samurai understood this differently. They didn't face algorithmic manipulation, but they faced something worse: literal swords aimed at their throats. In that moment of combat, if your mind moved even slightly, if fear took hold for even a second, you died. So they developed Fudoshin, Fudōshin. Bu, off. Not or none. Do, movement or motion. Sin, shin. Mind or heart, the mind that does not move. Not frozen, that's different. Not detached, that's missing the point. The immovable mind is fully present, fully aware, but unshaken by what it perceives. Let me give you a modern example. 2 years ago, I lost my job, my relationship ended, and my father was diagnosed with cancer all in the same month. I'm talking about the kind of stress that makes you forget to eat, that wakes you up at 3 a.m. with your heart pounding. And I did what everyone does. I tried to control it all. I tried to fix everything at once. I tried to think my way out of the feelings. My mind was like a boat in a hurricane. And that's when I discovered something the samurai knew intimately. A moving mind makes everything worse. Here's what Fudoshin is not. It's not suppressing your emotions. That's repression, and it'll destroy you from the inside. It's not becoming cold or unfeeling. That's dissociation, and it'll destroy your relationships. It's not caring. That's nihilism, and it'll destroy your purpose. Fudoshin is more like this. Imagine a deep lake. When you throw a stone into it, ripples appear on the surface. But if you dive down deep enough, there's a place where the water is completely still. The stone was thrown. The ripples exist, but the depths remain unmoved. That's Fudoshin. The events happen. The emotions arise. But beneath it all, there's a part of you that remains stable. The swordmaster Takuan Sh wrote about this in his famous letter to the samurai Yagibun. He said the mind should be like water. If you throw a stone, it ripples and returns to stillness. But if you throw mud, it becomes cloudy and disturbed. The difference: water doesn't hold on to what enters it. Modern neuroscience backs this up. When you're in a state of reactivity, when your mind is moving, you're operating from your amygdala, your ancient threat detection system. You're faster, but you're also dumber. You miss details. You make poor decisions. You see enemies everywhere. But when you can maintain equanimity under pressure, your prefrontal cortex stays online. You can see clearly. You can respond instead of react. You can find the path forward that you'd miss entirely while panicking. Here's the paradox that trips everyone up. Fudoshin isn't about not moving physically. Samurai moved fast in combat. It's not about not feeling. They felt everything. It's about the center remaining still while everything else flows. Think of a hurricane. The outside is chaos. 300 miles per hour winds, destroying everything. But the eye, perfectly calm. That's Fudoshin. You become the eye of your own storm. So, how do you build this? How do you go from being tossed around by every email, every conflict, every crisis, to having this immovable center? That's what the rest of this video is about. The samurai didn't develop Fudoshin by reading about it. They trained it like a muscle. And so will you. Every samurai practiced zazen-seated meditation, not for spiritual enlightenment, though that was a bonus, but for tactical advantage. They needed to know what their mind did under pressure. Here's your first practice, the 10-minute stillness challenge. Every morning, before you touch your phone, sit still for 10 minutes. Not trying to clear your mind, that's impossible and will frustrate you. Instead, just watch what your mind does. It will race. It will spiral. It will convince you that you're wasting time and you should be checking your email. This is normal. This is the practice. You're learning to watch your mind move without moving with it. You're finding that still point beneath the chaos. And here's what's wild. After just 2 weeks of this, you'll notice something in your daily life. Someone cuts you off in traffic, and instead of your mind immediately flooding with rage, there's this tiny gap, this space where you can choose. That gap is Fudoshin beginning to emerge. The second principle is presence. The samurai called this Zanshin, remaining mind. It's total attention to the present moment. Your mind moves most when it's in the past or future, replaying that argument. Worrying about tomorrow's meeting? This displacement, this not being. Here's what makes you vulnerable. Your second practice, single-tasking rituals. Choose one daily activity: making coffee, taking a shower, eating a meal, and do only that. No phone, no podcast, no planning, just the activity itself. Feel the water, taste the food, notice the details you usually miss. This trains your mind to anchor in the now. And when you're fully in the now, you can't be anxious, which is future-focused, or depressed, which is past-focused. You're just ... here. This is the hardest one. Non-attachment doesn't mean not caring. It means not clinging. The samurai understood that attachment creates a stuck mind. If you're too attached to winning, you become desperate and make mistakes. If you're too attached to not losing, you become afraid and can't act. Your third practice, the daily release. Every evening, write down 3 things that happened that day that you wish had gone differently. Then burn the paper, or delete the file, or tear it up. You're training your mind to acknowledge what happened, learn from it, and let it go. Not suppress, it release it. This is how you prevent your past from dragging your present mind around like a dog on a leash. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is your power. The samurai knew this intimately, the difference between reacting instinctively and responding strategically could mean life or death. Your fourth practice, the 3-breath rule. When something triggers you, bad news, criticism, a threat, before you respond, take 3 deep breaths. Count them. 1, 2, 3. This isn't about calming down though, that helps. It's about creating that gap between what happens to you and what you do about it. In that gap, Fudoshin lives. Viktor Frankl, who survived Nazi concentration camps, said, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom." He learned Fudoshin in hell itself. Here's something nobody tells you about Fudoshin. It's not passive. It's not sitting on a cushion being calm. The samurai trained their immovable mind through deliberate stress. They practiced sword strikes until exhaustion. They meditated in freezing temples. They put themselves in uncomfortable situations intentionally. Why? Because if you only practice stillness when things are comfortable, your immovable mind will crumble the moment real pressure arrives. Your fifth practice: voluntary discomfort. Once a week, do something uncomfortable on purpose. Cold shower, hard workout, difficult conversation you've been avoiding. Fast for a day. You're teaching your mind that discomfort is survivable, that you can be in the storm without becoming the storm. This is how you go from theoretically understanding Fudoshin to embodying it. Let's bring this home. How does this actually make you untouchable in 2025? In your career, when everyone else is panicking about AI layoffs or market shifts, your immovable mind sees opportunities others miss. You make decisions from clarity, not fear. In your relationships, when conflict arises, and it will, you don't escalate. You don't shut down. You stay present. This makes you someone people can actually trust and rely on. In your health, when stress hits, you don't reach for the numbing agent alcohol, scrolling, binge eating. You have the capacity to just be with discomfort until it passes. In your mind, when anxiety or depression knock on your door, they don't automatically move in. You can observe them without being overtaken by them. This is what untouchable really means. Not that nothing affects you, but that nothing can displace your center. Remember that month from hell I mentioned? Here's what happened. I didn't stop feeling the grief, the fear, the uncertainty, but I found that still point beneath it all. I made decisions from there instead of from panic. And one by one, things found their way forward. Not because I controlled everything, but because I stopped being controlled by everything. That's the power of Fudoshin. The bamboo bends in the storm, but it doesn't break. Its roots go deep, and its core stays true. You live in a world designed to break you, to fragment your attention, to destabilize your mind, to keep you reactive, anxious, and profitable to someone else's agenda. But you're not helpless. You have the same mental technology that allowed warriors to face death with composure. You can build an immovable mind. Start today. 10 minutes of stillness. 1 moment of presence. A single breath before reacting. The path is simple. The practice is hard. But the reward is becoming someone who cannot be shaken, not because nothing touches you, but because you found the part of yourself that was always unmovable. Fudoshin, the immovable mind. Build it, embody it, become untouchable. Here's my challenge to you. For the next 7 days, commit to just one of these practices. Just one. Comment below which practice you're choosing, and in a week, come back and tell me what changed. I'll be reading every single comment. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel.